아카데미 운영 등 참여를 이끌어내는 동구만의 가로 경관을 만들어 가고 있습니다. 세 번째, 도시와 주민들의 역사를 기록하고 계승하여 주민들이 내가 살고 있는 공동체에 대한 자긍심을 갖도록 하고 있습니다. 동구 출신의 역사 인물을 발굴하고 기록하여 동구의 인물을 발간하였습니다. 주민들의 구술 기록을 통해 마을의 역사를 발굴 기록하여 우리 동구의 13개 마을의 이야기를 책으로 발간해내고 있습니다. 또한 발굴된 자원을 바탕으로 인문 산책길을 조성하여 운영하는 등 인문 자원을 주민과 공유하기 위한 사업들을 추진하고 있습니다. 지역의 어르신들의 삶의 이야기를 담은 자서전 출간 등의 사업 또한 추진해 오고 있습니다. 2019년부터 현재까지 총 200여 명의 어르신이 참여하여 20권의 자서전, 21권의 그림책 자서전, 10편의 영상 자서전을 제작하였습니다. 네 번째는 주민들의 나눔과 소통이 활발한 따뜻한 공동체 도시를 조성하고 있습니다. 주민들의 나눔과 소통이 이루어지는 마을 사랑채를 조성하고 주민이 주인공이 되는 마을문화예술축제를 개최하고 있습니다. 2023년부터는 무등산 지구에서 주민 인문활동을 총체적으로 펼쳐 보이는 인문축제를 진행하고 있습니다. 마지막으로는 미래 세대의 인문적 소양을 높이고 다양한 꿈을 키워주는 도시를 조성하고자 합니다. 역사 유적지, 세계 문화예술 탐방 등을 통해 소통과 창의력을 갖춘 글로벌 인문 리더를 양성하기 위해 청소년 교육 사업과 더불어 우리 동구는 모든 초등학생들을 대상으로 한 1인 1학기 지원 사업으로 통기타 교실을 운영하고 있습니다. 어린이 생각 모험단 및 마을 인문 탐방 등 일상생활에서 만날 수 있는 어린이 인문활동 프로그램도 다양하게 이루어지고 있습니다. 다음으로 인문도시 사업의 성과에 대해서 말씀을 드리겠습니다. 우리 동구는 2018년부터 인문도시 정책과를 신설하여 인문도시 조성 사업을 위한 전문 조직을 꾸렸습니다. 이듬해 2019년 인문도시 조성 사업의 기본 계획과 조례를 만들었고 2022년에는 인문도시 가이드라인을 마련하였습니다. 또한 인문학당을 개관하였고 2023년도에는 인문도시 동구의 철학과 성과를 주민과 공유하기 위한 무등산 인문축제를 개최하였습니다. 이렇게 인문도시로서 보낸 지난 6년의 시간 동안 도시 환경과 주민의 삶의 변화에 바람이 불기 시작했습니다. 주민 사이에서는 책 읽는 문화, 그리고 자발적으로 인문활동을 기획하고 참여하는 문화가 확산되었습니다. 함께 걷는 건강 친화적인 도시 환경이 조성이 되었고 도시 공간에는 역사의 이야기가 흐르기 시작했습니다. 이러한 변화로 인해 주민들도 인문도시 사업에 대한 긍정적인 반응과 함께 응원을 보내주셨습니다. 지난해 실시한 설문조사에서 인문도시 정책에 가장 큰 만족도를 보여주었고 강화해야 할 정책 분야에서도 많은 주민들이 인문도시를 꼽아주셨습니다. 인문도시 동구를 향한 노력은 대외적으로도 인정을 받아 2021년에는 대한민국 좋은 정책 대에서 최우수상을 수상하였고 2023년에는 매니페스토 우수사례 경진대에서도 최우수상을 수상했습니다. 같은 해 대한민국 공간문화대상에서 인문거점 시설인 동구인문학당이 대통령상을 수상하기도 하였습니다. 이러한 결실을 바탕으로 지난 7월에는 우리 동구를 도시 브랜드로서 인문도시를 선포하였습니다. 도시 환경과 안전, 복지, 문화관광, 지역경제 및 교육에 이르기까지 모든 정책에 인문을 반영하기 위한 시작점이었습니다. 주민이 건강한 도시 환경 속에서 정신적으로 풍요로운 삶을 누릴 수 있는 지속 가능한 도시 조성을 위해 앞으로도 계속 노력할 것입니다. 새로움에 대한 기대가 있을 때 우리는 설레입니다. 나에게 좋은 일이 생길 것 같고 좋은 변화가 생길 것 같은 일상. 동구는 주민들이 1년 365일 내내 설레는 일상을 맞이할 수 있는 도시를 꿈꾸고 있습니다. 36.5도시에 따뜻한 사람의 향기가 전해지는 도시, 서로를 포용하고 연대하는 도시, 더불어 사는 행복한 도시를 꿈꿉니다. 동구가 걷고 있는 이 길을 세계 인문도시 네트워크 회원도시에 서로 따뜻한 응원을 보내주시고 함께 연대해 주실 것을 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.
네, 고맙습니다. 사람 중심의 도시, 건강한 도시를 만들기 위해서 책 읽기 운동, 또 스마트 그린, 공동체 회복 등 5가지의 실천 과제를 중심으로 사람이 행복한 물질의 풍요를 넘어서 자아 실현을 하는 이러한 도시로 성장을 하고 있는 것 같습니다. 태계기왕 선생님은 평생 사람 중심의 세상을 꿈꾸면서 살아왔습니다. 동구청장님께서 태계 선생님의 삶을 몸소 실천하고 계신 것 같습니다. 다시 한번 큰 박수로 부탁드립니다. 다음은 동구청장님의 발표에 이어서 베트남 호이안시 정티응오감 국장님께서 토론을 해 주시겠습니다.
Xin trân trọng kính chào các vị chủ trì, các vị trong đồng thảo luận cùng tất cả quý vị đại biểu cùng tham dự hội nghị hôm nay. Phải nói là chúng tôi rất là cảm ơn ban tổ chức đã trao cho chúng tôi một cái cơ hội hết sức là tuyệt vời được đến đây, được gặp gỡ, được giao lưu và được lắng nghe những cái ý kiến hết sức là quý báu của các thành phố về những cái giá trị nhân văn cao cả. Và vừa rồi qua cái bài trình bày của thị trưởng thành phố Quan Du về những cái giá trị mà thành phố đã đạt được trong thời gian vừa qua, thì về phía bản thân tôi thì xin phép được đại diện cho một thành phố đến từ miền Trung của Việt Nam xa xôi cũng xin tham gia một vài ý kiến. Thứ nhất là đối với lại những cái giá trị về những cái giá trị rất là lớn lao mà chúng ta tại thành phố An Đông này đã khởi xướng và các thành phố đã hưởng ứng, thì phải nói là những thành phố đến đây tham dự trong cái cuộc này là có chung những cái suy nghĩ, có chung những cái hành động, có chung những cái quyết tâm sẽ cùng nhau làm như thế nào để chúng ta xây dựng một xã hội ngày càng hạnh phúc hơn. Và qua cái trình bày của thị trưởng của thành phố Quan Chu thì chúng tôi cũng học được rất là nhiều điều. Thì cũng xin phép được chia sẻ một số cái việc của thành phố Hội An trong thời gian qua cũng đã làm. Nó cũng có những cái nét tương đồng, mà chính có cái sự tương đồng đó chúng ta mới gặp nhau ở đây ngày hôm nay. Thì cái nét tương đồng của Hội An là một thành phố di sản văn hóa thế giới, và chúng tôi cũng được công nhận là khu dự trữ sinh quyển thế giới. Cho nên Hội An luôn phát triển trên cái cơ sở là bảo tồn và phát huy các cái giá trị về văn hóa, về lịch sử và bảo vệ cảnh quan thiên nhiên. Và cái thứ nhất mà Hội An hướng tới đó là xây dựng cho cuộc sống của người Hội An, mang tới cuộc sống của người dân một cuộc sống sống tốt, thịnh vượng và hạnh phúc. Và không chỉ là người dân mà du khách đến Hội An thì cũng cảm nhận được cái điều đó thông qua là chúng tôi có một cái đề án là Hội An nhân tình thuần hậu. Chúng tôi đặt cái yếu tố đó là smile, là cái nụ cười lên hàng đầu khi mà đón tiếp các bạn. Thì Hội An thì từng cái việc rất là nhỏ, như là chúng tôi cũng giống như chỗ thành phố Quan Chu là chúng tôi cũng xây dựng một xã hội học tập. Xã hội học tập thì hiện nay thì các cái không chỉ các bạn trẻ, các bạn học sinh phổ thông không chỉ là được học trên giảng đường mà học ngoài giảng đường, học ở những nơi chúng ta có thể là không gian mở để có thể là giao lưu, mở rộng cái không gian giao tiếp, không gian đọc. Cái thứ hai nữa là xây dựng cho, vì Hội An là một thành phố du lịch, cho nên cái việc là xây dựng cái thông điệp cho những người làm du lịch, làm như thế nào để mà có một cái tinh thần hết sức là thân thiện, nồng nhiệt, đón tiếp khách giống như là chúng tôi đến An Đông được các bạn đón tiếp như vậy. Cái thứ hai là Hội An cũng xây dựng thành phố sinh thái văn hóa du lịch bằng cái cách là cũng là tập trung giữ gìn những cái không gian xanh, những không gian sáng tạo, những cái không gian giao tiếp cộng đồng để làm như thế nào là chúng tôi hình thành những cái mô hình là học tập cộng đồng. Thì thông qua cái mô hình học tập cộng đồng đó thì người dân có cơ hội được tương tác với nhau, học tập với nhau và phát triển kinh tế cùng nhau. Thì thông qua đó thì người ta có ý thức hơn trong cái việc là giữ gìn những cái giá trị về truyền thống, về nhân văn, về đạo đức trong cuộc sống cũng như là trong ứng xử, trong kinh doanh. Và cái thứ ba nữa là Hội An luôn luôn là gìn giữ những cái giá trị mang tính chất là bản sắc của mình. Nghĩa là Hội An có thể là không to lớn như những thành phố khác, nhưng mà chúng tôi có những cái giá trị riêng, những cái giá trị rất là đặc trưng mà có thể là những nơi khác không có được. Đó chính là những cái giá trị về văn hóa, về lịch sử, về cái nhân tình thuần hậu. Cho nên là đến với cái cuộc hội thảo ngày hôm nay, chúng tôi cảm thấy được mở mang, được học tập rất là nhiều, bởi vì rất là nhiều cái điểm tương đồng mà thành phố Hội An đang thực hiện nó được đặt ngay trên cái bàn nghị sự này. Và trong thời gian tới thì tất cả các thành phố chúng ta sẽ cùng có chung những cái quyết tâm, những cái hành động để làm như thế nào để góp phần cho xây dựng một cái cộng đồng thật là hạnh phúc. Và tôi rất là mong là qua cái buổi này sẽ được học hỏi nhiều hơn cái kinh nghiệm từ tất cả các thành phố bạn. Xin trân trọng cảm ơn.
네, 고맙습니다. 정티응옥감 국장님께서는 동구청의 사람 중심의 세상 실천하는 모습에 너무 감동을 하셨다고 말씀을 하셨고, 또 이것을 호이안시에 어떻게 적용할 수 있을까 많은 고민을 하고 계십니다. 아마 인문도시 세계 네트워크에 참여하시면 그 고민은 해결될 것이라는 확신을 가지고 있습니다. 다시 한번 국장님께 큰 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 이어서 루마니아 알바이 울리다시 휴도르 두란 바레안 프로젝트 매니저님께서 지속 가능한 개발을 위한 알바 올리아라는 주제로 발표를 해 주시겠습니다.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here in Andong, in Korea. It's my first time in Korea, actually. In 2018, I was the first time. I would like to present a little bit my city, Alba Iulia, a city from Transylvania, where we all know vampires live, in Romania, situated in Europe. We are a historic city of 2,000 years old, with a lot of heritage, a lot of European heritage, from the Roman times to the medieval times and to the modern times. And it's a city which has rebirthed after the accession to Romania into the European Union, thanks to European aids, European grants that we received for local development. The theme of humanistic cities is very important for us because we are dealing as other mid-sized cities in Europe and in the world with similar challenges: climate change, the exodus of youth, emigration of people, pollution, and other problems that usually affect the citizens and where the municipality tries to address with local policies as much as possible. This is a map of Romania and where we are situated. You can see it's in the heart of the country, Alba Iulia. As I said, the city has implemented several projects based on its development strategies, which have as objective to make a better city for citizens, for tourists, and for investors. We had a distinguished guest, the architect Jan Gale in Alba Iulia, who visited us and who said to us that a good city is like a good party where people stay longer than necessary because they feel good. And that is also one of the objectives of our municipality, to build a city better for citizens, where citizens can feel better, can prosper, can develop, and where they like to live. Of course, as a municipality, we are trying to improve the quality of life of citizens. We're trying to make them feel better. And through that, we had to first to develop. I look with admiration at Korean cities, which have done a great deal in terms of modernization. We are also on the path for modernization. And we also want to address the other challenges that cities have for the well-being of citizens. We are part of numerous associations. We've signed a Green City Accord in order to further improve energy efficiency and climate change mitigation at local level. And we are collaborating with a lot of cities in Europe in this sense. We received the European Energy Award from the Swiss Embassy in Romania for the efforts that the municipality made in order to improve the city in a sustainable way. And we've implemented numerous projects in area of mobility, public lighting, energy efficiency, and so on. This is just a slide to show you some of the transnational projects where we have been involved over the last 15 years. We are involved in many projects since we want to learn from other cities, like Andong and like other cities in the world, which have also dealt with challenges that we have, and we're trying to transfer as much knowledge as possible in order to improve the citizens' life. On an index among Romanian cities, we're in a top 10 cities of quality of life, which shows that we are doing improvement, but of course we must do more, because we all feel climate change is affecting the quality of citizens. We all feel a brain drain phenomenon is a challenge for many citizens, and we want to improve the quality of life of citizens and young people to return to the city. In this regard, the municipality implemented over 300 million euros over the past 15 years, which helped improve quality of life, standards of living at city level, because, of course, we need to ensure good public services for the citizens in order to make them happy in the city where they live. This was one of the most important projects at the municipality level. This is a fortress in our city. When I was a child, this fortress was an army base, and it's situated right in the heart of the city. It was an army base you were not allowed to go through. There were everywhere tanks and army, and after 2007, the municipality managed to take over the fortress, and it's now the biggest public space at city level. It now belongs to the citizens, and it's integrated into the local landscape. Thus, it is probably the most humanistic project we have done so far in this regard. I don't want to continue very much on the local development projects that we have done. We are also following other cities in Europe in terms of local development policies, and we're trying to implement all these projects in order to, as I've said, to improve the quality of life. What we realize is that it is very important to put the citizens at the center of every local policies and to involve them as much as possible in all the local processes. So not only strategies, but also public policies, also to create occasions to dialogue with the citizens and to involve them in local decision making. We feel these are very important topics that a municipality needs to address. And in this regard, we are implementing also educational projects. We are building currently a big educational campus for local students in order for them to study at home and to start working in the city that they were born. So we want to create as many facilities as possible for young people to remain in the city and to have activities that they enjoy. Another interesting project that want to achieve is building a science center, a science museum, following other examples from Europe. Since we realized this project would have a lot of benefits for young people, since 80% of the time, young people are not in school, so they are doing something else. Also, I would like to mention a project that we have won. In 2026, we will be Romania's youth capital. So for 1 year, Alba Iulia will be at the heart of activities related to youth. It's a very honoring position for us, and we are happy that the youth will be at the center of events, because we know the youth represent the future, and we must do the best to protect them and to provide them the best opportunities in life. Without further continuing, I would like to thank you very much for your attention. 감사합니다.
네, 고맙습니다. 알바이 울라이시에서도 마찬가지 기후변화, 청년의 이동, 또 환경오염 등 여러 가지 심각한 문제가 있지만 이 시에서는 가장 중점적으로 주민의 삶의 질을 향상시키기 위해서 많은 노력을 하고 있는 것 같습니다. 현재 상위 10% 이내에 속하지만은 더욱더 주민이 최고다, 주민과 소통을 통해서 정책을 결정하는 이러한 모습들이 너무나 아름다운 것 같습니다. 특히 청년을 위한 정책, 자기 지역에서 태어나서 자기 지역에서 공부하고 자기 지역에서 취업해서 지속적인 도시를 가능하게 만든다는 것은 우리 모두가 공통적으로 해결해야 될 과제가 아닌가 이런 생각이 듭니다. 우리 국장님께, 프로젝트 매니저님께 다시 한번 큰 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 다음은 이탈리아 바레제시 엘리언 헬린 시의 의장님께서 토론을 해 주시겠습니다.
Hello, everybody. So I'm very happy to be here today. I'm city councillor from Varese, which is a city in northern Italy, and it has 80,000 people living. I'm very happy to be a panel discussant of my colleague from Alba Iulia, because we both are European cities, so we have a lot of connections and links. He was talking about, well, first of all, geostrategic position. Well, we also have a strategic position because we are located very close to the border with Switzerland, as well as to the Milano metropolitan city, as well as to Lake Maggiore, which is among the top 3 lakes in Italy. So first of all, the position. Another thing my colleague was mentioning about was European funds. It's impressive how many projects actually we also as a city of Varese, we did, or actually we are doing thanks to European funds. For example, thanks to the European Recovery Fund that was established after COVID, my city, Varese, got 100 million euros funds for public projects from the EU Next Generation EU, which is a specific fund that was established after COVID. I'm sure my friend knows what I'm talking about. And a big part of these funds will finance projects of sustainability projects. For example, thanks to these funds, we are going to have some electric buses, which is something completely new for our city. And also, for example, we are now building, well, actually renovating a huge 9,000 kilometers cultural center for young people, which will be available from 2026, and which will be a huge educational center, attractive for young people, as you were saying. And also, I'm very happy to say that your presentation was focused on green policies. Actually, according to a national ranking that was published a few days ago, my city, Varese, is on the 14th position in national ranking Ecosistema Urbano, and recovered, stepped up an impressive 27 positions from last year, which means last year, according to this national ranking about green policies and sustainability, we were at the 41st position, and now this year we are on 14th position. So we stepped up 27 positions only in 1 year for what concerns climate, green, and energy policies. So we have become among, I'm very honored to say it here also because the ranking was published just a few days ago, we have become among the capitals, Italian capitals with important environmental performances. You were talking about urban mobility, and I said already, I mentioned that we are having we will have, thanks to these European funds, electric buses, and we are focusing much more on hybrid vehicles. And also, just to conclude, let's say, in 2026, we will have the Olympic Games, the Olympic Winter Games in Milano. And my city will be one of the main sports hubs. And especially we are very good in ice sports, and we renovated and upgraded all our facilities concerning ice sports. And I would like to mention that in May, this year in May, we already hosted the South Korean national team, South Korean national ice skating team for a training camp. And thanks to a collaboration with them, we will officially host them during the Winter Olympic Games in 2026. So they're gonna train in our city, and this is a big honor for our city to host the South Korean national figure skating team. Well, I mean, I could finish here. I would have a lot of things to say more, but for example, let me mention just a small thing about welfare. For example, for us, well, Italy faces a huge natality problem. So there are basically people don't make kids anymore. So we need much more welfare policies and social policies to implement these birth rates, right? So what we are doing, well, it should be faced at the national level, but I think that we as municipalities can also do our part. So what we're doing at the local level is that, for example, as an incentive for families, our schools, like the baby schools, are completely for free for families. So this is an incentive we give to family as a part of our welfare policies, and I think this is also important to mention. So thank you very much. I will finish here.
네, 고맙습니다. LDG 헬린 의장님께서는 펀드를 통해서 공공 프로젝트를 수행하고 있고, 또 시민의 삶의 질을 향상시키기 위해서 전기버스라든지 또는 청년들의 삶의 질을 높이기 위해서 문화센터를 운영하는 등 다양한 정책을 소개시켜 드렸습니다. 또한 녹색 정책을 통해서 국가와 도시의 브랜드 이미지를 향상시켰고, 또 출산율 저하 문제를 중앙정부에만 의존하는 것이 아니라 지자체의 중심에서 보육원 무료 이용 등 다양한 정책을 펼쳐서 출산율 저하 문제를 함께 해결해서 지속 가능한 도시를 만들고 계신다고 토론을 해주셨습니다. 다시 한번 큰 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 다음은 인도 지방정부연합 니미지 체인 프로젝트 매니저님께서 인문학적 가치를 통한 지속 가능한 도시 개발이라는 주제로 발표를 해주시겠습니다.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, and all the respective city and executives from the various cities. I am Nimish Jain from All India Institute of Local Self-Government, and I am going to present on the behalf of Mr. Ravi Ranjan Guru, our Deputy Director General. So, I quickly introduce about the All India Institute of Local Self-Government, and LSG was established in 1926, and soon we are going to cover our 100 years in 2026, in which we are doing the projects on urban development, urban planning and research and development, and finance. We are working with 1,000 plus professionals and 55 centers across India, and 55 centers across India, and we have a network across pan-India and a global network. We are working with the 3-tier governments, that is state government, central government, and ULB level officials across India, in which we are doing multiple projects with all the kind of governments basis on the humanistic values and urban development projects with them. Coming on the next slide, these are the supporting sectoral, these are the sectors which we are working on it. We are working on a water sector, we are working on a housing sector, we are working on urban planning sector. Training and capacity building are the main part of our sector. We are providing training and capacity to the various places of India. And obviously, we are also working on a climate change and a disaster management sector. We are also have a global presence with our European Union, UNICEF, World Bank, CityNet, UCLG aspects, and JClear. Moving on further, our focus area is majorly on localizing the SDGs, forecasting circular economics, and building smarter cities. So as we go in the what we are doing actually in humanistic urban development, we includes the survey and preparing in terms of SDG 1 or no poverty. We are doing the surveys, and we are conducting the some Shikshan Ranjan Kendra to provide the education to all the poor peoples across in Delhi, and we are supporting them and providing education to them, all the students. Apart from that, we are also promoting a good health and everything, support to all the departments and all the citizens of the Delhi. Coming next to the point, under SDG 4, we are also providing some support to the students that was managed by our organization. Coming next, in water and sanitation, we are also, in water and sanitation, we are also working with Ministry and Housing of Jal Shakti and providing our drinking and sanitation across training across over the India. So coming next, we are also engaged with the energy building cell and across India and supporting the Ministry of Manpower. In sustainable cities, we have created our Nagpur sustainable cities, in which we have created Nagpur plan, and we support the government of state government, so for creating plans and implementing cities. Further moving on sites, I would like to also tell that what are some of the case studies in Indian humanistic approach that we are going to do. For further moving in Bhubaneswar city, as the state government of India has created a Bhubaneswar master plan, in which for creating the city or the city of temples, because the city has the major of temples, and it is also the heritage city of India, which was said by the UNESCO. As we can see, the significance of city planning initiatives, emerging the technical educations to the people and providing health care to them. So as the city has a demographic population of 9.74 lakhs with a balanced gender distribution among the mobility. Coming next to the point, the government of India has recently launched the new project, Jal Jeevan Mission project, in which the government of India is providing the capacity building regarding how the people can use the water and save the water across India, and they are also providing the education to them with the values of water. And so in this, we are providing capacity building. The government of India has 3 types of officials. that is the city levels, local level, and the state level officials. This project is also has a strong humanistic value, content value on a gender equality, disability inclusion, social inclusion, and disaster resilience. Coming next, the government of India is also doing a girl power project. In girl power project in the Jharkhand with the state government of India in Jharkhand. The objective of this to create a CSOs, that is civil society organizations, and empowering women and girls for social entrepreneurship. The crucial in this state is that the working population is only 50%, and the government of India were teaching the women and ladies and empowering them to do work across India. Also, they are also providing the skills and technical support to become financially independent across the state. Coming to the next slides, Government of India has also done the some sustainable urban development goals by doing IEC activities on humanistic values. Some of the humanistic values these schools has been done that they have launched some 100 plus schools, and they have provided capacity building to all the students regarding how to improve and sustainable practice. Also, they have conducted some surveys and road-to-road activities, nukkad nataks, and street plays, so the people can understand the humanitic values across in the Amravati city and the state Maharashtra in India. Moving forward, these are some achievements under SDGs and under SDGs and under humanistic values. And if we can see, in Tamil Nadu has empowered the poverty, education, and if the zero hunger will be has been done by creating many kitchens in Kerala state. If we come for our good and hygiene, our Gujarat has achieved all the targets while in good and hygiene. Next, in quality education, the Chandigarh state has been the highest quality of education in India. In gender equality, the Chhattisgarh has been the highest employment in the area. If we come to the Haryana state, Haryana is the highest achievement of water and sanitation, and they provide every different projects and values to across India. If we go further on affordable and in clean energy, through this, I think Andhra Pradesh has achieved everything. Similarly, in decent work and economic growth, the Himachal Pradesh has the skill development growth, and they have created a program also there for development of skilled peoples and performance. If I come to the SDG 9 regarding, so the Goa and Gujarat has achieved the target, and in SDG 10, reduce inequalities, the wealth and index has been done. Sustainable cities, the government of Punjab has assured 100% sustainable city. The Punjab has created a very well good cities, and they have achieved the targets. If we come to the SDG 12, the Tripura has achieved the primary heating and lighting. Similarly, for climate action, Odisha is leading, and for life and islands. And there are some more achievements that has been done by the different states of India. So these are some case studies which showcasing the efforts in India and forecasting sense and responsibility and awareness among the community. As we move forward, it is imperative that we can commit these values. Sustainable urban development is not a goal to achieve at overnight. So this is the whole scenario that India is doing across the world, and thank you from my side for presenting on behalf of Sir. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다. 우리 니미지 체인 프로젝트 매니저님께서는 사람 중심의 세상을 꿈꾸면서 인문가치를 실천을 하신 사례를 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 빈곤 퇴치 문제, 취약계층을 위한 교육 문제, 그리고 건강한 활동을 위한 다양한 교육, 그리고 깨끗한 물을 공급하고 수자원의 가치를 인식시켜주는 문제, 청정 에너지를 공급하는 문제 등 결국은 사람이 행복하게 살기 위해서는 이와 같은 기본적인 인프라가 개선이 되고 기본적인 문제가 개선이 되어야 된다는 것을 강조하신 것 같습니다. 다시 한번 발표해 주신 니미지 제인 프로젝트 매니저님께 큰 박수를 부탁드립니다. 다음은 인도네시아 북미나사시 세퍼슨 수만포 과장님께서 토론을 해 주시겠습니다.
Distinguished member of the World Humanistic Cities Network, esteemed colleagues and honored guests, the City Councillor, I'm grateful for the opportunity to address you today on a topic that is crucial to the well-being of our city and generation to come, sustainable urban development through humanistic values. As we are all aware, urbanization is advancing rapidly. By 2050, it is projected that nearly 70% of the world's population will reside in urban areas. And India alone will see over 400 million people added to its cities. This global shift presents both a remarkable opportunity and a profound responsibility. The way we shape our city now will determine their resilience, inclusivity, and sustainability for decades to come. My friend, name is Jan from the All India Institute of Local Self-Government, AIILSG, has underscored the importance of addressing this challenge through a values-driven approach that prioritizes human well-being, equity, and environmental responsibility. This approach is not only aspirational, it is essential. We must act swiftly to ensure our cities are equipped to provide dignified living conditions for all, from the most marginalized communities to the urban middle class. This means equitable access to land, infrastructure, services, and responsive governance. AIILSG commitment to sustainable urbanization aligns seamlessly with the United Nations Sustainability Development Goal. Their initiatives, including support for street vendors, education for marginalized women, and the promotion of green energy codes, demonstrate how practical action can create meaningful change. Additionally, projects like the Bubanswar Master Plan and Girl Power Initiative empower communities by fostering resilience, inclusivity, and gender equality, proving that sustainable urban development is achievable when rooted in humanistic principles. In North Minahasa, sustainable urban development grounded in humanistic values is not only relevant, but necessary. As North Minahasa grows and modernizes, we face the critical task of balancing development with the well-being of our community and our environment. Adopting an approach that prioritizes inclusivity, equity, and environment stewardship can help us create urban spaces that truly serve the needs of all residents. We already see example of this commitment in North Minahasa strategic initiative, which align with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. For instance, the government's focus on enhancing the welfare of islands and coastal communities, supporting the sustainable tourism, promoting waste management, and digitalizing public services are all crucial steps. These efforts do more than improve the local economy. They ensure that development is equitable, accessible, and sustainable. To strengthen this foundation, North Minahasa integrated humanistic values into urban planning. This involves prioritizing green spaces, improving public transport, supporting small business, and ensuring that our city remains resilient against climate-related challenges. Programs that empower women, youth, and marginalized groups, such as those that foster local entrepreneurship or provide digital skills training, also play a pivotal role in ensuring that all citizens benefit from and contribute to the region's growth. By focusing on sustainable urban development that honors our unique cultural and environmental assets, North Minahasa has the potential to lead as a model of balanced progress in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, as a member of the World Humanistic Cities Network, let us take inspiration from these efforts from my friend Nimis Jain. Let us prioritize urban development that reflects our shared humanities. Cities that grow not just in size, but in their ability to support, uplift, and protect all people. By embedding sustainability into daily life and encouraging environment responsibility, we can build cities that stand as models of justice, resilience, and sustainability. Thank you very much.
네, 고맙습니다. 세퍼슨 수만포 과장님께서는 향후에는 전 세계 인구의 70%가 도시에 거주한다. 이렇게 되면은 많은 문제가 발생을 하게 될 것이다. 이것을 해결하기 위해서는 결국은 도시의 회복력을 가져야 되는데 인문도시를 구축을 해야 된다. 그 구축 방법으로는 여러 가지가 있겠지만은 지속 가능한 개발을 하기 위해서는 결국은 평등과 인간의 책임이 증진돼야 된다. 도시의 모든 공간들은 모든 사람들이 행복하게 이용할 수 있는 공간이 되어야만 지속 가능한 도시로 발전한다는 그러한 좋은 말씀을 해 주셨습니다. 세퍼슨 수만포 과장님께 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 다음은 대만 타이페이시 칭후의 양 자문관님께서 타이페이시 지속 가능한 관광 탐험의 도시라는 주제로 발표를 하도록 하겠습니다.
Mayor Kong, distinguished panelists, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. 안녕하세요. konnichiwa, 大家好. Allow me to sit down to make a presentation because we had a nice long walk this morning, so I prefer to sit down to make a presentation. Well, let me see. I can see my presentation from here. This is the topic of my presentation today. I will talk about sustainable tourism in Taipei. I'm very honored and pleasure to speak on behalf of the Taipei City in this policy session. Let me say again, Taipei City is very happy to join the World Humanistic Cities Network, the WHCN. Well, after the end of the pandemic, we have seen cities around the world open their border to welcome tourists from everywhere. But some of the major cities, they got a mixed feeling. On the one hand, they love the economic benefits brought to them by tourists. On the other hand, they also hate the damage. They hate the damage caused by the over-tourism. So what's the solution to the problem? I will try to find the answer by sharing what Taipei has done so far. Well, this is the outline of my presentation. I will try to define the sustainable tourism with the human values derived from the UN SDGs. And then I will talk about Taipei's regulation and policies on net zero emissions. And then I will talk about the Taipei's policies and practices on sustainable tourism. By the end of the presentation, I will introduce to you future efforts in sustainable tourism in Taipei. Well, if we look at the 17 SDGs goals, defined by United Nations, it can be categorized based on 3 dimensions. 1, environment. 2, economy, 3, social and cultural values, or human values in general. Deriving from these 3 dimensions, the sustainable tourism can also be defined based on 3 pillars. The first pillar is environment. The sustainable tourism should use resources in an environment-friendly manner, as the chairman just said, and we provide eco-friendly accommodation. The second pillar is economy. Of course, the tourism should help local economy and create job opportunities. And third pillar is human values. Sustainable tourism should respect local cultures and support sustainable values. In general, what is a sustainable tourism? It is the human-centered tourism at the intersection of the environment, economy, and social values, and human values. Well, let me see. In 2022, Taipei City government laid down its own regulations on the management of net zero emissions. After 2 years, it has passed the City Council and got approval from our central government, and will be in force as of the beginning of 2025. The current city government has also adopted 4 interim strategies with the goals of making Taipei as a lower temperature city, a green transportation city, and a resilient city, and having a net zero lifestyle. The ultimate goal is to achieve a net zero Taipei by 2050. Now I'm gonna share with you Taipei's policy on sustainable tourism. As just I mentioned earlier, Taipei has developed its sustainable tourism policy based on the 3 pillars of environment, economy, and human values. I will also take some examples to elaborate their practices from the perspective of each panel. On the pillar of environment, Taipei focuses on the policy of low carbon accommodations. Taipei is the first local government that has initiated and enact the sustainability-related regulations in Taiwan. According to the law, any single-use products will be banned in hotels starting from the beginning of 2025. The city government has also worked with the private sectors to promote low-carbon practices and net zero lifestyle. Such promotions is not only appeal to domestic travelers, but also to international tourists. So we have designed these promotional materials in English, Korean, and Japanese, as you can see on the right-hand side of the slide. So far, there are over 350 hotels in Taipei have signed the Taipei Go Green Pledge. Take some examples. One of the sustainable practices is to replace those plastic bottles with glass or steel bottles. The other practice is to use the same bed sheet, pillow cover, blankets in the hotels during the same stay in the hotel. Well, next, on the pillar of economy, Taipei has collaborated with the other 3 cities in northern Taiwan, Keelung, New Taipei City, and Taoyuan, to develop tourism together and provide support for local economies. In 2017, Taipei City proposed a Taipei Fun Pass, then joined by the Taipei City, New Taipei City, and Keelung City. That is the e-tickets integrating travel, attraction, and shopping discounts and issued to promote intercity tourism. In 2023, Taoyuan City joined this project because they have a Hakka Expo in Taoyuan City. So we extend the ticket, the Fun Pass to the 4th city in northern Taiwan. Using the Taipei Fun Pass, the tourists can have unlimited transfer between the train, gondola, MRT, and the Taiwan tourist shuttle bus. The Taipei Fun Pass will take you to all the attractions in northern Taiwan that are rich in traditional culture and sustainable values. The Taipei Fun Pass will also provide you with shopping coupons to hundreds of shops and stores, restaurants and farms, which will help support local business and sustain economic development. On the pillar of human values, Taipei focuses its policies on rooting Taipei's cultural sustainability in cultural tourism with human values. I'll take two policies to elaborate. The first policy is called Mini Culture Trip in Taipei. It means that anyone can walk into the stories being told by the buildings and streets of Taipei. We think every person, moment, place, and thing is an exhibit, and every scene of daily life is an exhibition space. Until 2024, Taipei City Government has chosen and planned 70 attractions and routes for such a mini culture trips in Taipei. By the end of next year, 2025, we will add another 30 more to have 100 sustainable attractions routes for such a mini culture trips in Taipei. Well, there are three examples on the slide you can see. On the left-hand side, this is called the Beito Harp Village in the northern part of the Taipei, which is the only hot spring, military hospital, and veterans village, which was originally established in early 20th century when Japan stationed in Taiwan, and renovated for those military families who moved from China to Taiwan after 1949. There is also a public bathhouse in that village. Next time when you visit the Beito area for the hot spring, I highly recommend that you make a stop there. In the middle, you can see the home village in the southern part of Taipei was a Japanese military base during World War II. Nowadays, it has been featured in many television shows and movies. On the right-hand side, you can see Nishi Hongaji. I just talked with the mayor of Karamatsugu. They also have Nishi Hongaji in Tokyo, but I told him that there's a Nishi Hongaji in Taipei as well. It used to be a Japanese temple in the early 20th century, but it was converted to be a military village for those who immigrated from China to Taiwan after 1949. After the village was demolished, the city government has renovated the culturally and historically and architecturally significant complex, as well as transforming to a popular place for tea and leisure in the very busy avant-garde Ximen neighborhood in the western part of Taipei. So lots of young people love that area. So if you have time next time, please pass by Nishi Hongaji in Taipei. The second policy I want to talk about, Taipei's sustainable tourism based on human values, is the Taipei Old House movement. Taipei has over 500 cultural assets, the most of any region in Taiwan. The Old House cultural movement was launched to revitalize those old buildings and preserve their history and memories. These old houses has new life through the public-private partnership between the Taipei City government and the private companies who are interested in using innovative business ideas to restore and revitalize those old houses. Let me show you a couple of examples. This is one of the many old houses in Dadaocheng area in Western Taipei, where was a major economic hub when Taipei opened its port for tea and rice for trade in Qing Chinese era. In addition to being the center for the tea rice trade, this area was also a nexus of restaurants, art galleries, and places of worship. The restored shopfronts you can see recreate the original splendor of the era back in the old time. They are also a major component of our cultural heritage. The other example I'm showing here is the American military village, which is located on the Yangming Mountain in the northern suburb of Taipei City. From 1945 to 1965, Taiwan had received American aid. And the U.S. military has stationed in Taiwan until 1979. The American military village has served as homes to American troops stationed in Taipei, in Taiwan, and their families. The restored village now is a hub of restaurants, coffee shops, bakeries, and performance spaces, most of which have preserved American legacy in Taiwan. Lastly, let me use this opportunity to introduce to you an upcoming grand event, the 2025 World Masters Games, Taipei City and New Taipei City, co-hosted by these two cities. This is the, I brought this mascot with me. I put it here. Okay, his name is Strong. Okay, this is the mascot for World Masters Games. From May 17 to 30th, 2025, anyone aged 30 and above is eligible to participate in one or more of 35 sports games. You don't have to be professional. Amateurs are fine. You don't have to sign in as an official national team. And you can sign in as an individual or team of your organization or affiliation. I just saw lots of young people, university students, perform a taekwondo in the front of the conventional center. I think you are all good. And every young people here in this room, you are most welcome to join the game. And I will have my staff, my colleague, to distribute the pamphlets around the room. Anyone can have more information about this game. In conjunction with these games, on May 16th, just the day before the opening, Taipei will also host an international forum with the subject on innovation, health, and sports. Mayor Kwong and all the mayors in this room are all welcome and invited to join us. Well, this is an event that will incorporate sustainability and tourism in sports. This is also the testament to Taipei's efforts to discover sustainable tourism with human values. There are 4 factors being into consideration when Taipei designed the event: environmental action, health and well-being, social initiatives, industrial economies. Then we could find a certain SDGs corresponding to each of these factors. There are 17 environmental actions aiming to achieve 4 main objectives: advocacy in action, green procurement, low carbon services, shared commitment. For example, the uniform you can see on the screen, they are made with eco-friendly materials. Regarding health and well-being, we will adopt the measures such as spreading accurate sport knowledge, raise citizen sports participation, and promoting lifelong exercises habits. With regard to the social initiatives, we focus on diversity, tolerance, respect, inclusiveness. During the Games, Taipei will advocate multiculturalism, provide a gender-balanced reporting, and accessible competition venues. As for industrial economies, we focus on diversified services, innovative industry collaborations, and sustainability certified hotels. For example, Region Taipei Hotel, one of the prominent hotels working with Taipei City government, has recently received bronze certification from Global Sustainable Tourism Organization, which is EarthCheck. Well, one more thing I want to remind you, I mentioned about Taipei World Masters Game is the dedicated fun pass. This is special fun pass, about $40 per car, which has four major features. First of all, number one, it's an all-access e-ticket for you to travel in northern Taiwan. Number two, you can visit 3 of 20 selected tourist attractions. Number three, you can shop with lots of discounts. Number four, you will receive gift bags from 4 major commercial districts. Well, here is my conclusion, because lots of students in this room, if you want to submit the homework, this is the conclusion. Okay. And this is the registration link with the QR code. Anyone who is interested, 2025 World Master again, you can find all the information by this QR code. Allow me to play the promotional video. This is the end of my presentation.
The diversity here is incredible. It's home to over 200 mountain peaks above 3,000 meters. It's a place of possibilities and adventures. It takes you from majestic nature to metropolis in no time.
May 2025, let's celebrate life together, right here in Taiwan.
네, 고맙습니다. 우리 칭후의 양 자문관님께서는 지속 가능한 관광이 되기 위해서는 인간 중심이 되어야 된다는 말씀을 해주셨고, 이와 같은 관광을 위해서는 환경, 경제, 인문가치의 교차점에 위치하는 관광이 될 때 지속 가능한 관광으로 이어질 수 있고 지역사회에 많은 보탬이 된다는 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 다시 한번 칭후의 양 자문관님께 큰 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 이어서 네팔 카니아바스시 세케망 타망 부시장님께서 토론을 해주시겠습니다.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, all distinguished delegates. I am Deputy Mayor of Kaniabas Rural Municipality. My municipality is very small. It's 120.8 square kilometer with 13,000 population, but very beautiful, with lot of touristic possibilities, and it's near the Mount Ganesh, which is 7,422 meters tall. And thank you very much, Mr. Yang, for your wonderful presentation on Taipei city and sustainable tourism. Then I like very much. You presented on the basis of UN Sustainable SDG goals and 3 pillars of tourism, sustainable tourism. My municipality has also lots of tourism possibilities are there. We have hot spring, natural water. As early morning we talked together, and I already told the Mount Ganesh Himal, and lot of cultural diversities, and especially Tamang tribal groups live there, and very interesting Tamang cultural dances can see in my places. And in the context of Nepal, Nepalese local government by people's representative, practicing people's representative is very new. By the Constitution of 2015, it has been just about people represented by local government. It's about just 7 and 5 years, half years old. So it can be very good lessons and good learning for us. And thank you very much for this presentation again. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다. 세케망 타망 부시장님께서는 작지만 아름다운 도시, 결국은 그 속에는 인문가치가 살아 숨쉰다는 그러한 좋은 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 다시 한번 큰 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 다음은 UCLG 아스펙 노슬란 로나이니 시장님께서 아시아 태평양 지역에 지속 가능하고 공평한 도시를 만들기 위한 청사진이라는 주제로 발표를 드리도록 하겠습니다.
Thank you, Mayor Kwan. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, Assalamualaikum and selamat petang. My name is Noraini Roslan. I think I'm the only woman mayor here today, and I am the first mayor of my city, the first woman mayor in my city. So today I'm representing United Cities and Local Government for Asia Pacific, and I'll be talking about humanistic urbanism, a blueprint for sustainable and equitable cities in the Asia Pacific. In the rapidly urbanizing Asia Pacific region, cities are facing many challenges, from climate change, rapid urbanization, and therefore we need innovative solutions that prioritize on human well-being and environmental sustainability. And we thank Andong for championing humanistic values in our development, because this is really being considered in our quest for physical, economic development. And in this digital era, we become more and more disconnected with each other. Students, children love to speak more on their telephones and gadgets compared to talking to their parents. And I think everybody here love their telephone more than their spouse, because their telephone stays with them 24 hours a day, whereas they can leave their spouse to go to Andong. How do we address these issues in rapid urbanization but not leaving the humanistic values behind? Why is it important? First and foremost, humanistic values is able to address social inequality. Our compassion towards fellow human beings give us an empathy that development shouldn't be about certain group of people in certain places, but to include everybody and in every places, whether they are in cities or in rural areas, whether they are in big cities or in smaller cities. Humanistic values can also address mitigating climate change. Like we have heard from our friends before, how each focus of development, be it tourism or be it net zero, are all addressing climate change, but at what humanistic values that we can address our programs and projects so that it is felt by everybody, every citizens in the cities. Thirdly, it is to preserve cultural heritage. While we may think that as we progress, the old stories, the old culture, the old way of living is not important anymore. But as we have seen in Andong for these past 2 days, we have been visiting Confucius Academy, we have been visiting how the printing technology evolved in order for us today to come to this age, to be able to read and write easily, so that education is spread among all the people, whether they are poor or rich. But it was not the same story 500 years ago. Only the elite can go to school. Only the elite can read. But through humanistic values, we try, our Confucius masters before have tried to make writing easier for everybody to be able to read. And now education are available for everybody. And I think from the COVID epidemic that happens, we understand that the digital gap need to be addressed in a poorer area, because not everybody have the network, the data plan, or the gadget to learn online. So in Klang, in my city, we gathered all laptops, refurbish it, and present it to the students, especially those who are having exam for that year. So this is a way, once we started that program, we find that many NGOs are willing to also contribute the same thing. So these are the humanistic side, and the way what our belief and cultures and ideologies teaches us, so that we are not self-centered but thinking of others. In Islam, we say the best human being is those that is most benefiting to others, those that serve others. Fourth is to foster social cohesion. Like the mayor have said, today we have to handle issues of depression, loneliness, and being abandoned when you are either old or incapable. So how can we develop further, but needing to address these kinds of problems? In development, we now talk about aging society. We now talk about inclusivity. This is what we mean by putting human value into our developments. How are we going to achieve humanistic development, we may ask, because we understand the values that needs to be imprinted in our lifestyle, but how do we do it? First and foremost, I think everybody here understand about people-centered development. Somebody was mentioning the architect Jan Gehl just now. He was talking about the walking cities. We create cities, but maybe we made some mistakes in the 70s and 80s by creating cities that alienated people from the outside, from the walking distance, but building more internal circulation, internal interaction cities. So we are correcting it now. So we have seen in Europe that cycling and walking have become the new form of mobility these days. And I believe it is now being emulated in other areas in Asia also. So we need to concentrate and develop cities that meets the needs of all citizens, regardless of their socioeconomic status, age, and background. Secondly, is by addressing social justice and equity. Humanistic urbanism should promote social justice and equity to ensure that all citizens have equal opportunities to participate in cities' economic and social life. You may ask, how is this different than communism before? But being equitable is not the same as having the same type of houses, the same clothes, and the same lifestyle. I think everybody have learned now that individual achievement is also important, but at the same time, we should not forget those who are left behind, who are minorities, who are not able to fend for themselves. Number 3 is environmental sustainability. We have also talked on how we preserve our ecosystem. We try to control global warming. We try to control emissions in order for that everybody, not only human being, but also other species in this planet, can play its role naturally. Humanistic urbanism recognizes the importance of environmental sustainability and seeks to create cities that are in harmony with nature. This includes promoting green infrastructure, reducing carbon emission, and protecting biodiversity. Fourthly, through cultural diversity and inclusion. I come from a city where the minority are a majority. In my city, 55% of the population are of Malay race, 35% are from Chinese race, and 18 to 20% are from Indian race. This comes from a very diverse culture, and yet we live together in harmony. How do we do that? By respecting other people's culture and belief, by understanding. Yesterday was the celebration of Deepavali. I believe for Hindus, there is a big celebration. Even though we are Muslim, we go to our friends of Indian origin and eat at their house because they understand what is halal food for the Muslims. So does it happen in Chinese when it's Chinese New Year. Even though we don't eat pork, they understand that you don't serve pork to the Muslim. And this goes on. Open houses are very cultural thing in Malaysia, so that we go to everybody's house. But this is a very thin line that if we step over it, it can create chaos. We must be very mindful of what others believe and respect other people's culture. Number 5 is participatory governance. I think we have learned now that it's no longer top to bottom approach in governance. We have learned to listen to the people, and today I believe there are many youngsters here that we can listen to, that we can address their needs, and how we can include what is their aspirations into, let's say, preparing our next year's budget, prioritizing projects, and just addressing their needs that we haven't thought of before. When I speak about the difference between women mayors and men mayors, the things that often comes up are small things that are particular to women because we handle household every day. How we bring our kids to school, what are the best route, where do we put the kids if we want to go to work, how do we pave our roads because we wear high heels, is our road safe when we push the strollers, those kind of things. So listening to people of all ages, from all groups, from rural areas, from cities areas, make our development more complete. We have some examples from Asia Pacific, but I think we have also listened to a lot of good examples from the panels here. So let me just bring a few. Singapore has a long history of progressive urban planning, and with a focus on sustainability, efficiency, and social equity, the city has implemented policies to promote public transportation, affordable housing, and green infrastructure. For Seoul, it is known for its vibrant culture, innovative technology, and commitment to social justice. The city has implemented policies to promote affordable housing, culture, diversity, and also sustainable transportation. And for Bangkok, it is a major economic and cultural center in Southeast Asia, and the city has implemented policies to promote sustainable tourism, heritage conservation, and community-led initiatives. Community empowerment program in Subang Jaya, where I was a mayor for 4 years, and I bring that before I came back to Klang because I was originally appointed in Klang and seconded or loaned to Subang Jaya. Community empowerment program was started in 2 low-cost housing flats, but within 2 years, I have scaled it up to 20 more projects for 20 more low-cost housing areas that tries to empower the community there to be independently able to empower them so that everyone in that community will have a better life. So among the initiatives that have been done, firstly is to strengthen the management committee, because not all of us are familiar with strata title or strata management, living in flats. And most of the people staying there do not even want to pay management fees. So that is a very big problem. So by creating programs there, focusing on cleanliness first and creating a cheerful neighborhood, they can see that with collaboration, with cooperation, and with a little bit money that is paid through the management fees, the environment can become better and cheerful. From a place that throws rubbish from the top floor, we have flats areas that have competition among levels, which level are more cheerful and which level have the best reading corner. We also introduce small-scale businesses and e-platform for marketing, because we have single mothers that couldn't leave their house because they have small children. So we introduce skill and trades that they can do from home and attach them to e-platforms so they can do the marketing without leaving their home. We also bring university role models so that these children from the poor household can see the brothers and sisters who have gone to universities and think that they also can do it in the future. We provide refurbished laptops, just as I have told you before. And for this program, I have achieved the UN Habitat Scroll of Honor. It doesn't need that much money, and we don't have to wait for international grant to do this. I'm sure there are challenges and opportunities in humanistic urbanism. First, it's always funding, but as I have mentioned before, it doesn't necessarily need big funding to do your impactful projects. But the biggest one is the political will. Whether we want to do it or not really depends on the leaders. So we must educate the leaders. And the complexity of urban challenges, I think, it becomes more and more complex every day. We haven't even addressed mental disorders, loneliness, but I believe all the mayors here have this resolve after coming back from Andong to instill human values in our community and to instill it in the future generation also. So humanistic urbanism is a critical approach to building sustainable and equitable cities in the Asia-Pacific region by prioritizing human well-being, environmental sustainability, and social justice. Cities can create a better future for all. Thank you very much.
네, 고맙습니다. 노슬란 도라이니 시장님께서는 인간 중심의 인문도시를 구축하기 위해서는 공학능력, 그리고 사회적인 결합, 또 사회정의와 형평성, 또 환경의 지속 가능성, 또 참여형 거버넌스 구축을 통해서 이루어진다. 이와 같은 꿈을 현실로 만들기 위해서는 가장 중요한 것은 지도자의 의지가 아닌가, 이런 좋은 말씀을 해 주셨습니다. 노슬란 로라이니 시장님께 다시 한번 큰 박수를 부탁드립니다. 다음은 이탈리아 보네프로시 니콜라 몬타나고 시장님께서 토론을 해 주시겠습니다.
Hello to everyone, and thanks to the mayor and to the entire municipality of Andong for the excellent organization and hospitality. I am the mayor of Bonefra, town of medieval origin and surrounded by a green landscape in the central part of Italy. I listened to all the speeches with particular interest, and thank you very much, and thank you, Noraini, for the ideas that you provided with your speech. I bring my experience, and with European and national funds, we opened a pilot project called the Small Community Social Clinic, PISC in Italian, in the main square of Bonefro, my town, which is involved in promotion of active aging with action and intervention to protect the health of frail elderly people, like the municipal social garden or the gym or of the mind project with collective training exercises. We integrated intervention for the prevention and the promotion of the well-being adolescents and young adults. And, that takes place at school, focused on issues such as bullying, eating disorders, and respect for the rules of coexistence, and also intervention to combat poverty and support marginality, social exclusion, and strengthening of local services to support people with disabilities. The promotion of humanistic projects, it must be at the center of the administrative action of municipalities all over the world. And thanks to all of you and to Andong, because this initiative is so important for this to happen. Thank you very much.
네, 고맙습니다. 우리 니콜라 몬타나고 시장님께서는 여러 가지 활동을 많이 하고 계시는데 빈곤텐치, 장애인보호 등 결국은 행정활동의 중심에 우리 인문가치가 있어야 된다는 좋은 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 다시 한번 큰 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 지금까지 5곳의 시장님의 좋은 말씀을 들었습니다. 그 말씀의 내용을 종합적으로 정리를 해보면 경제, 정치, 사회, 문화, 관광, 주택, 지역개발, 환경 등 모든 분야에서 지속 가능한 발전을 이루기 위해서는 결국은 인문가치 중심, 즉 사람 중심의 정책을 만들어내야 된다. 우리 인류는 행복해야 될 권한이 있습니다. 그러나 우리는 고도 경제 성장, 산업사회를 거치면서 물질적인 풍요는 많이 누렸습니다만 정신적인 피해, 여러 가지 문제에 직면해 있습니다. 이와 같은 문제를 해결하지 않고는 우리 인류가 행복하게 살 수 없다는 것은 이제 모두가 시인을 하고 있습니다. 이 자리에 참석하신 모든 지도자분들께서는 우리 인류가 행복한 세상을 만들기 위해서 그 중심에 서야 될 것으로 생각이 됩니다. 오늘 우리가 주최하고 있는 세계인문도시 네트워크가 그 역사의 전환점이 될 것이라는 확신을 가지고 있습니다. 함께해 주신 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 고맙습니다.
네, 여러분 말씀 잘 들었습니다. 여러분 수고해 주신 세계인문도시 네트워크 권기창 의장님과 또 도시 대표자분들께 다시 한번 따뜻한 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 마지막으로 그래픽 레코드를 통해 이번 세션에서 발표가 된 내용들을 간략하게 정리를 해보는 시간을 또 갖도록 하겠습니다. 네, 지금 화면을 보시면 그래픽 레코드가 나오고 있습니다. 네, 오늘 많은 연자분들과 또 패널분들께서 발표해 주신 내용들을 정리를 해서 화면에 보여드리고 있습니다. 이렇게 첫 번째 정책 세션을 마무리하도록 하겠습니다. 지금부터는 퓨전 전통 국악 밴드 퀸의 공연이 준비가 되어 있습니다. 신나는 공연과 함께 재정비한 후 잠시 후 4시부터 시작될 정책 세션 2에서 다시 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 네, 다시 한번 인사드리겠습니다. Hello everyone. We are Korean traditional fusion music group Queen. We are happy to meet you. 만나서 반갑습니다. 네, 다음으로 들려드릴 곡은요. Next song is 홀로 아리랑 and Dancing Queen.
아리랑 아리랑 홀로 아리랑